yeah. It's a response video. Don't you know? So many fun contents to have an opinion about. And everybody's like, Josh, we don't care what you got to say. And I'm like, that's probably really smart. That's probably very brave. Okay, cool kids. So today we're going to talk about some delicious stuff that I've seen on the YouTubes in the silver and silver accessory community. I want to tell you, this is an exciting time to be in the silver accessory game, I gotta say, because my goodness, have you seen the price of silver lately? Woo! Woo! Do you remember those dark days when silver was below 20? Do you remember? Cool kids, do you remember when you couldn't get any of this chunky goodness? You couldn't even get $20 for an ounce of this stuff. Couldn't do it. Matter of fact, now you couldn't buy it for 20. You couldn't buy it for 20, but you couldn't sell it for 20 either. Because remember the premiums? Remember, I don't know if you guys know this. I got to explain something to you real quick. The silver game is rigged. All right? And that's why dollar cost averaging is so important. So we're going to get into that. But I wanted to talk about something very specific. My main man, the Kansas Kid, he did his $10, coin of the week deal for the Pirate Stacker, and I'm going to put all these names in the description if you guys want to get caught up on it. And my main man, he bought a Canadian silver dollar. Now, I wanted to talk about a few things about that. First of all, I wanted to talk about there's three major iterations of those, okay? There's the modern commemorative sterling coins, right? That come in packets like this. I got this one for $15. It says $35, but if you look, $15 is what I actually paid. I remember the booth at the coin show where I got this. Yep. And I've gotten a few of these sets. Yeah. So here's another one I have. And again, different coin, but same case. And you can tell where the silver is by the color. Remember I showed you guys that trick. And once you've done the tissue paper trick enough, you can just look at a coin and tell if it's silver or not, just by looking at it. Now, most of the time, I'm saying a BU coin. Obviously, if there's patina, things can get a little tricky. Sure. Totally understandable. But, guys, that's one iteration. That's the least common iteration you'll see. But there are others, which, let me grab some and I'll show them to you. All right. Oh, the ASW on these is about the same as a U.S. silver dollar. I forgot to mention that. So it's about, I think it's like 0.78 or something like that ounces. So these are, it might even say on this little certificate. Before we get beyond this, these have more silver. These are the most silvery Canadian silver dollars that aren't pure bullion. There's 1 ounce dollar coins. They're $5, aren't they? Yeah, they're $5, so don't even worry about that. Yeah, you don't even have to worry about that. All right, the next most common iteration you're going to find, the most common actually, for Canadian silver dollars are your 80% Canadian silver dollars. Now, you can get them in these sets. I noticed these sets go cheap. Often can be had under melt in the original packaging in mint state. And I have, dozens and dozens of these. This one was $16, right? So, anyway, the point is, not all of them are going to have the goose on them. As you know, the goose is a special commemorative set. If they are proof like they are 80%, even on the dimes and quarters, 50-cent coins and dollar coins from the beginning of coins, which I believe is 1936, the dollar coin, all the way to 1967. All of those coins are 80% silver, no matter what, if they're a dollar. Okay, I can't think of any exceptions. But where things get interesting is when they switched it up in 1968. And we're going to talk about that. 1 second. So back in 68, I believe it was, they started the 50% commemoratives. Now, this one's not from 68. This is something I wanted to show Kansas Kid, though. This is the Voyager from 84. It might have been 34. I kind of swear it was 36, though, that they started making them. They might have been 34. Whatever year it was, they started making them. But anyway, that's the Voyager. And that's the Renegade. And so this coin is 0.375 ounces. So it's a little more silver than a half dollar in the U.S., a 90% half. But it's a much bigger coin because it's 50% fine. This is a proof. Proofs are pretty. We like those, right? So these are the coins that these are your dollar Canadian. And these are really easy to get under melt. They usually run about $10 at the coin shows. Sometimes you can get them for $8. I don't know how those price points are now because I haven't been to a coin show in a few months, but I'm telling you, if you want silver under melt, great way to do it is the 50% Canadian coins. They made them for years and years. The mintages aren't actually that big, though, believe it or not. Some of the coins actually have small mintages. They also later on, starting in the 90s, I believe, they started doing the $925, like I showed you. Those have way more silver in them and can often be mistaken for the 50%ers. I have purchased the sterling silver coins at 50% prices because the seller just didn't know. So that is definitely worth knowing about, okay? I want you guys to win. I generally, on dollars, Canadian dollars, I wanted to say this too. On eBay, they tend to go high. They have a premium. And it's not a super high premium, but there's a premium. If you're trying to get the really, the trickier dates, there's one with a boat on it. That's tricky. The death dollar is tricky. That's 54, I believe. And then, that one, those two have value. The one with the capital on the back, that one goes for a little higher. There's two of those that I can think of. But the real key date coin, I think it's 47 or 46 or 48, somewhere in there. It's in the 40s. It's wherever they got rid of the imp of India, Emperor of India. That coin is thousands of dollars. You're not even going to see one, I don't think. So forget about that one. But all the other coins are attainable. Every other coin in the dollar series is attainable, and many of them can be had under melt. That's what I'll tell you. And the way to get them under melt is not to buy the dollars. It's to buy lots of the dollars. And when I say lots, I mean, see this bag? You got to buy a big bag of them. Another trick is coin shows. Coin shows are very American-centric, American coin-centric, but they still put out that Canadian stuff, especially in the Midwest, upper Midwest. So if you want to get Canadian silver under melt at a freaking coin show, I do it all the time. Watch my coin show videos, as a matter of fact. Sometimes I'll be getting them at half a melt. It happens. It's happened. I wish I were lying to you. I'm not. Half a melt. I have bought silver coins, half a melt, at a coin show. Just, here you go, Josh, enjoy. But yeah, Canadian dollars, you can get them. This one's from a coin show, matter of fact, right where I'm from. I remember the table. I can picture the seller selling it to me. His wife was with him. She was very keen on him getting rid of his coins. I got a lot of stuff under melt from him, including that mint set I showed you. That's okay though. Both parties left with a smile on their face, and that's the key. That is the secret sauce. If both parties leave with a smile on their face, all is well. Now these are the 80s capsules. Let me show you the original packaging here, the clamshell, whatever you want to call it. Let me show you the original clamshell. All right, the original clamshell for these Canadian dollars. This one's from 1974. And I'm not sure what year they started doing these, but this is the 74 coin. And these are the 50% silver, 0.375 ounce coins. But this is the original clamshell. And some of these didn't come in capsules, guys. Some of them just came loose, just naked out there like that, in a clamshell like this. Good stuff. Oh, Tom's Coins. This one's for Tom's Coins. I knew I had this. I had to grab it, but I got this for $15. Way to go, Renegade. This is the Liberty with a hammer and an anvil at the Mayon volcano in the background. So we did a video last week about these. The forgotten U.S. silver peso. Oh dear God, what are you guys doing? Crazy town over here. Anyway, so yeah. When Spain ceded the Philippines to the United States in 1898, the U.S. became responsible. Yeah. And I'll let you guys pause that and read that. Interesting information. And yeah, $15 for a nice chunk of silver there. We like a nice hunk of silver. Yeah, that's what I got for that. So if you guys want to, check out Pirates Coins. They've got this challenge where every week you buy $10 in a numismatic. So you could say you bought this. I paid, I think, $8 for this. So, this would count. It's near $10. What Kansas Kid did was he bought $1 Canadian in 80% Canadian dollar. I think it was 1966, right? And he paid $20 for that coin. And $20 for that coin was 2 weeks worth of the numismatic challenge. So you could do it that way. There's no real rules. The key is we're just wanting to make content, guys. So make some content. Or just play along at home. Say you were into big, chunky, beautiful Israeli sterling medals, official government medals like this, that made you happy inside, and you liked Hebrew, and you wanted to really be up to current events in the Middle East. So to show solidarity, you were, buying 1966 0.986 pure, so that's the same upside down. Either way, maybe that's why they do that. I always wondered why, because the Israeli sterling is 0.986 or something. It's some weird number. All the metals I have from Israel have a very interesting fineness, and this is Anyway, maybe that's your numismatic purchase, or maybe you feel tingly and you buy a peace dollar. Just a little piece of Americana. Peace. Or you want a Morgan that's got some funky buttery toning. That's always fun. You could have that as your and just if you make a video, or if you're just playing along at home, play along at home. If you're making a video, you could just put in there Pirates Numismatic Challenge, or you can call it whatever you want. And then I guess the protocol is you tag these people when you say their names. And then I guess it alerts everyone in the internet that these players are involved. I don't know. It alerts them. I'm not sure how it works. I know that this is a nice chunky hunk of sterling here. Look at that chunky wonky. You know, every time I go to the off-site storage and grab this shit, I have to kind of look through it to kind of, you know, remind myself. And sometimes I'll find little interesting pieces like this where you're like, wow, somebody made that. Somebody thought that was a good idea. I mean, it's fine. It's cool. That was cool. And you know what's funny is when those were selling, all those Franklin Mint bars and Franklin Mint medals, art bars, when they first came out, man, people were lining up to buy that stuff, you know? And then what they found out, now this is the sad part, all them old timers were buying all them plates. You remember the plates? Oh man, the special deluxe premier got its own COE, right? Certificate of COA. That's it. COA. It's okay. Yeah. No. If you ever get a chance, to check out what those actually sell for now, years later, you'd have been better off buying this from the Franklin Mint, right? Yeah, this stuff right here. Now this Bahama Mama stuff, man, oh man, you can get these under melt right now, guys, all day, guys, all day. Silver under melt in your hand, guys. You know what's funny is the mintages are really small on these, but you can get them under melt all day, twice on Sunday. Nobody cares. They're gonna care. But they don't care right now. No one cares. You know what? People are out there, guys. I'm gonna say it. People are out there buying this stuff. They made millions of these. The mintage on this is probably less than 500,000 on this set. It might even be less than 200,000. Some of these sets were as low as 30,000, 10,000. But people will buy these all day. And that's okay. There's a place for both of them. I'm just telling you, you're not going to get this one under melt. Nope. You're not going to get that under melt. This you can get under melt. Right? You can get this under melt. I don't think I've ever paid melt for one of these. Honestly, I'm being honest with you. I don't think I've ever paid melt for one of these coins. Never. Not once. Never happened. If it did happen, it was an accident. All right, guys. Have an amazing day. Think happy thoughts. That was just a little response for the Kansas Kid, Pirate Stacker, Tom's Coins. You know, we got the pesos. I got some more pesos that I don't have on me, but that one just happened to be in the tub I grabbed, so that's the one I wanted to show old Tom. Anyway, this is going to be a nice short video for Tom. Tom likes me to keep it nice and pithy. He says, do not go on and on and on, Joshua. I don't like that. I want you to, be concise and to the point. I want you to have a script written out and ready when you're doing these videos. The reason no one watches your channel is because you're just out there, dude. And I think he's right. I'm really trying to take his advice. And that's why I've endeavored to stop, just bloviating and going on and on and on and on and repeating myself and bringing up new topics. I like to stay on subject, stay on the topic at hand. Canadian silver from the Bahamas. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. This is Pennsylvania silver from the Bahamas. Anyway, find all the collectibles of your dreams while you're awake. If you cannot find them, do not blame me. I'm trying to show them to you. Have an amazing day, and thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.